Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for viewing my talk. My name is Amanda, and I'm a doctoral student in Dr. Kyle Hassenstab's lab in the Department of Mathematics and Statistics at San Diego State University. Our lab focuses on using statistical and machine learning models to study technologies within the biomedical imaging space to help supplement clinical workflows. And in particular, I work on chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, which is the third leading cause of disease-related death worldwide. COPD is currently diagnosed using spirometry or lung function testing, which does not account for lung structure. And recent studies have shown that lung structure, quantitatively measured using lung CT imaging, can supplement COPD severity staging. However, imaging protocols within these studies require the acquisition of 2 lung CT images, which is not the clinical standard, and also doubles patients' exposure to ionizing radiation. We hypothesize that inspiratory images alone collected during patients' routine care can contain the majority of information necessary for imaging-based COPD diagnosis. We propose using a convolutional neural network, which is a subset of machine learning algorithms, to stage COPD severity using only a patient's inspiratory images input, which would not only reduce their exposure to ionizing radiation, but also align the protocols with the current clinical standards. So just to touch on our data, we sampled data from the COPD gene phase 1 cohort. COPD gene is a multi-center study funded by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute with 21 clinical study centers across the US. And they've constructed a database of lung CT image scans, whole genome sequencing data, clinical outcomes, and spirometry results for more than 10,000 subjects with and without COPD. So we sampled 7,823 inspiratory and expiratory lung CT image series, along with their spirometry and spirometry-based gold stages. Our images were scaled down to 192 cubed resolution, and then we also scaled down by a factor of 1/3000, approximately making the units between 0 and 1 for training stability. Moving on to our neural network, we adapted a residual attention network to 3D to predict spirometry measurements from the inspiratory images alone. The 3 things that we predicted with our network were the FEV1, which is the forced expiratory volume in 1 second. That's a spirometry test that if you're breathing into a tube, you breathe as hard as you can, and they take the full volume that you're able to expire in 1 second. That's your FEV1. And this value is extremely important, especially when it's compared to your FVC, or your full vital capacity. That's the full volume of air that you're able to expire with no time limit. And then also your FEV1 % predicted is your FEV1 divided by the average FEV1 for people of your same demographic. So people with your same height, sex, weight, etc. And then these 2 values are then partitioned into severity stages called the gold stages. And the proposed method is evaluated based on its ability to predict these spirometric measurements and the utility of these measurements to estimate the gold stage. So how did our inspiratory only model do? Here we can see how each of the spirometry measures were predicted. We did a pretty good job. Here we can see the healthy control group is this group right here. And we do see a little bit of additional variability in the FEV1 % predicted plot. However, this was expected because our only input to the algorithm was the image. And this value is based on, remember, that patient's demographic information, which was not input into the algorithm. Then we also compared our model to another previously reported model in the literature. And our single value gold stage, which is predicting gold stage perfectly, had an accuracy of 0.63. Our within 1 gold stage, so predicting a gold stage plus or minus 1, had an accuracy of 0.9. And our binary gold stage, which was simply measuring the presence of COPD versus non-COPD, had an accuracy of 0.84. Over here, we can see our confusion matrix for gold stage prediction. True gold stage and CNN predicted gold stage are summarized with count values and broken down by gold stage. Blue boxes represent high counts, while red boxes represent low counts. So overall, our inspiratory model is capable of accurately predicting the gold stage from images alone, and it's achieving better accuracy than previously reported models. We are excited to share the results of our inspiratory-expiratory model at the ACSESS meeting in April. Hopefully we'll have that done by then. Basically, we're just messing around with some hyperparameter tuning, and we do anticipate that we will be able to complete a full comparative analysis between the 2 models and give insight as to whether the benefits of the additional clinical testing do outweigh the risks. So I look forward to sharing that with you at my poster, and thank you so much for listening. I'll see you there.